I will never forget the time I grabbed the handle of a cast iron skillet straight out of a 400-degree oven without a mitt.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah, it was a very hard, very painful lesson. But, I permanently internalized it on the very first try. I mean, I never made that mistake again.
Right, because humans learn instantly from, well, significant events like that.
Exactly. But as you know, with artificial intelligence, it usually just doesn't work that way. Like, if you clear an AI's context window, it completely forgets its hard-won lessons and, well, grabs that hot pan all over again.
It is a fundamental limitation, yeah. We want systems that learn and adapt, but traditionally, AI memory is either stubbornly fixed during training or frustratingly fleeting in the prompt window.
Right. So today's deep dive explores a groundbreaking new paper on experience distillation. It basically reveals how AI agents can finally internalize their trial and error history permanently.
Which is huge, right? For paving the way for incredibly capable agents that will, accelerate human progress.
Okay, let's unpack this, because standard reinforcement learning for complex tasks is, well, it's like a golfer needing a million actual swings on a real green just to learn a basic putt.
Yeah, exactly.
It is incredibly expensive and slow.
Right, because RL requires vast amounts of costly, real-world interactions. I mean, imagine an AI running time-consuming physical lab tests for new battery materials.
Yeah.
You just can't cheaply simulate a million real-world physical tests.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Now, in-context learning temporarily solves this by letting agents learn quickly from past mistakes kept right there in their prompt window.
But the catch is, the second that prompt window clears, the knowledge just vanishes.
Exactly. And since we can't afford to endlessly repeat costly real-world tests for every new task, we desperately need a way to bake that temporary in-context knowledge permanently into the AI's architecture.
Wait, I have to push back on the premise here, though. How can a model train permanently on past experiences without actually interacting with the environment all over again? Like, doesn't it need to take those practice swings?
What's fascinating here is a technique the researchers call one-step branch rollouts. So instead of creating risky, error-prone simulated worlds for the AI to practice in, the system just looks back at the agent's past mistakes.
Oh, so it just reviews the tape.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
A larger teacher model essentially grades the agent's previous misstep and generates a flawless step-by-step correction.
Okay, I follow you.
Then, the smaller agent uses that specific correction as highly targeted training data. It tweaks its neural weights permanently so it memorizes the right move, without having to replay the entire scenario from scratch.
So if standard RL is taking a million physical swings on the green, experience distillation is like watching a tape of your one bad swing with a pro, having them tell you exactly how to pivot your hip and then, permanently fixing your form without ever having to go back out to the course.
That is exactly the mechanism, yes.
This makes agents cheaper, smarter, and infinitely more efficient. Which, honestly, is exactly the kind of optimization businesses are looking for when they use platforms like our sponsor, Embersilk.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you are uncovering where AI agents could make the most impact in your business or personal life, whether you need help with AI training, automation, integration, or software development, check out embersilk.com for all your AI needs.
It is definitely worth looking into if you want to stay ahead.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Looking at the data from the paper, the efficiency gains from this method are just massive.
They really are.
Experience distillation matches classical RL performance, but uses 9.6 times fewer environment samples in coding tasks.
Wow.
And in text-based games, it uses an incredible 57.2 times fewer samples.
The efficiency is staggering. And crucially, this distilled knowledge transfers to entirely new out-of-distribution tasks.
Wait, really? It works on things it hasn't even seen before.
Yes. The AI isn't just memorizing specific answers to specific problems. It is genuinely abstracting the underlying principles of how to solve them.
The real takeaway for you here is that AI can now extract universal rules from incredibly limited experience. We are entering a beautiful, hopeful era where we can rapidly deploy highly capable agents to solve complex problems using a fraction of the compute, accelerating our ability to innovate across every single industry.
It does raise an incredible prospect. If individual AI agents can now seamlessly bake their own trial and error history into permanent memory, well, what happens when millions of AI agents begin sharing their distilled memories with each other?
I will leave you to ponder that one. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe to the show. Hey, leave us a 5-star review if you can. It really does help get the word out. Thanks for tuning in.